Tak lidi, zdravím u dalšího dílu na hru Assassin's Creed Odyssey. No a my pokračujeme v hlavní dějové lince.
You must be the one Pericles sent.
I am. He said there was an ostracism vote, but didn't tell me what I'm here to do.
Of course he didn't, but that's what I'm for.
What does someone have to do to be ostracized?
Anyone seen as a threat to the city or the people is enough. And then it is up to the vote. Some have been ostracized for simply being more disliked than the person they're up against.
What's my role in this?
The votes have already been cast. We don't have long before they're counted. Take the ostraka in this bag and exchange them with the ones currently under guard.
You want me to rig the ostracism?
Pericles does. And he has his reasons, I'm sure. Bring me the bag you took from the room and I'll take care of the rest.
No one will see me go in or out. Stay here.
Kruci, no, to možná bude trošičku komplikovaný. Tohleto budeme muset províst hezky v tichosti. Prostě tam musíme být jako duch. Nikdo o nás nesmí vědět, protože pak by jinak padlo podezření na to, že ty hlasy byly sfalšovaný. No, nebo prostě vyměněný, chápete? Dostaň se do budovy. No, uvidíme, jak to tadyhle mají střežený. Tak, tadyhle je to zatím v klidu. Nevím, jestli nám s tím nepomůže. Kruci, tadyhle už je nějaká stráž, sakra. A to se zrovna nejsem úplně jistý, jestli je úplně ideální. No, tadyhle ani nesejmu. Takže to tu budeme muset nějako vyšplhat. Tak fajn, hezky potichu. Tak, tohle by bylo. Potřebujeme první někde tadyhle dolů, jenže tadyhle taky není žádná možnost, sakra. Možná to bude tadyhle. Tak, jeden je vyřízený. Tohle to si vezmu, je tady nějaký luk. Tak, tohle to taky nesejme na jednu ránu. Tak, jen se pojď podívat, co se tadyhle stalo, kámo, protože je to sakra dost zajímavý. No vydá. Tohle by bylo. Teďka jenom jak se tam nepozorovaně dostat. Tadyhle? No, vypadá to, že jo. Tak, ale já když už tu jsem, tak tu truhlu normálně vyberu. Je tady nějaký luk, skvělý. Tak a tadyhle to vypadá jak? Je tady někdo? Sakra, mám pocit, že mě tadyhle někdo odhalí. Tohle to jde až příliš jednoduše zatím. Tadyhle nic a já se budu muset dostat tamhle nahoru, plus ten má podezření teďka. Protože hádám našel nějaký to mrtvý tělo. Já se budu potřebovat tady dostat o patro výš. No dobře, budu to muset nějak promyslet, co tadyhle ví o mě někdo? Zatím ne. Tak. Blablabla, tamhle je teda ten jeden týpek. No já to tady možná budu muset celý nějako vyvraždit, sakra. Jak se dostanu nahoru, není tady? Ale já když to beru, děje se něco nebo ne? Nejsem si jistý. Tak jo, co ty, ha? Budeš něco dělat? No, tenhle ten se tam dívá, to mi asi neprojde. Tak, já to tady budu muset sakra nějako... Kruci. No, tak to není dobrý, už tady jde jeden, ale tohle bych mohl sejmout. Tak jo, sakra, už mě viděli, no, tak to je skvělý. Ale... pokud budu rychlej... pokud budu rychlej a sejmu ho tadyhle na tom místě, tak by se o tom možná nemusel nikdo dozvědět. Tak, fajn, sakra, tolik mrtvol tadyhle. Takhle to rozhodně probíhat nemělo. Ale co se dá dělat? Tak jo, hlavně teďka vypadnout odsud. A prostě tam jen přiběhnout a říct, že je práce hotová, snad nám to projde. Takže ještě tady byl někde poklad, ale kašleme na to. Jdeme radši splnit ten quest, protože... no, tohle bylo zajímavý. Tak, fajn. Jsem zvědavej, co nám na to řekne. No, škoda, že ta druhá ta byla tak blbě umístěná, sakra. Jak bychom to mohli provízt ještě více v tichosti. No jo, co se dá dělat, tak jako tak, tohle to máme.
It's done.
You work quickly.
What are you going to do with them?
Dump them in a well. It looks like the official has arrived.
I apologize for the delay. There was evidence someone attempted to tamper with the votes. Don't worry. The Ostraka are all accounted for. The votes were counted, and Anaxagoras is to be ostracized.
Be slow to fall into friendship, but once you do, continue firm and constant. It will be more difficult for me now that Anaxagoras must leave Athens. We were quite close, although he and Pericles were much closer. It's strange, Pericles wasn't here today to defend him.
You said you were close.
He was like a mentor to me. Many of my best thoughts came to fruition through our conversations.
Who are you?
Ask anyone and they'll tell you Socrates. But a name gives you nothing. Our actions determine who we are, and every action has its pleasures and its price. With that said, then, who do you claim to be?
My name is Cassandra.
And still, I don't feel I know you. Perhaps I can find out who you are a different way.
You want to know me?
Knowledge is the one good in this world. Surely you agree?
Of course. Knowledge drives everything I do.
Then we are the same in that way.
Knowledge of when to attack, what weapon to use, or when to use reason instead of violence.
We seem to put our love of knowledge into practice quite differently.
I use it how I need to.
You are clearly someone who would do whatever you feel is necessary. Perhaps for drachmi, or maybe to further a personal goal.
That describes a lot of people.
I suppose I'm curious why you did it. How could I not be when you're the reason my friend is being forced to leave the only home he's ever known?
I did what I was asked to do.
And your needs are greater than those of the man you helped ostracize. Still, you raise a fine point. Who is more responsible? Anaxagoras for getting himself mixed up in this, or you, for simply sealing his fate?
Fine. I'm more responsible. But I did it because I have one concern. Myself.
Then I hope you also think about today, about Anaxagoras, about choice.
Socrates, there you are.
Here I am.
You're late. They're all waiting for you.
I wish to see Anaxagoras' fate, and so I have. Tell them I'm on my way. Well, it seemed our conversation is at its end. Although I hope it isn't the final one we have.
I wouldn't know. That's everything Pericles wanted. Time to return to him and find out what these Athenians know about my mother.
No, tak jo. Tohle by bylo, já se zde ještě podívám. Tohle je tento úkol, fajn. No tak asi rovnou vyrazíme, že jo, je to na 19. úroveň, let's go. Takže na to můžeme rovnou mrknout. Dostaň se do Periklova domu. Let's go. No hele, nakonec jsme se teda v tom rozhovoru přiznali, vlastně jsme řekli, že to je, že za to my neseme zodpovědnost, je to naše chyba, takže nevím no. Těžko říct, ale myslím si, že to nebylo úplně nejhorší rozhodnutí. Tak jako tak, teďka jdeme na tohleto. Tak, doběhneme tam, asi tadyhle nebudu volat koně, protože si myslím, že v těchto těch cestičkách to není úplně ideální. Nebo že bych ho přece jenom zavolal, uvidíme, alespoň to testujeme, jestli se to vyplatí nebo ne. Tak, no, neběží moc rychle, to je jedna věc. Ale možná se to přece jenom vyplatí, je to trošičku rychlejší. Akorát tady kruci civilisti uskakují ze strany na stranu. No, skvělý. Tak, akorát je tadyhle stráž. Stráž, která nás zase nepustí jen tak dál, co?
Cassandra, it's you!
Phoebe,
You promised we'd see each other again, and now we have.
I also said stay out of trouble.
Which I have. Okay, almost out of trouble.
How did you even get here, Phoebe?
Well, I did make some drachmi working for Marcos.
So you paid someone to bring you to Athens?
Not exactly.
Phoebe,
I needed a drachmi for when I arrived. I couldn't use it all to leave, and I didn't want to wait any longer. So I sneaked on a ship. Don't worry, nobody saw.
I just can't believe you made it.
I don't remember much of Athens from when I was a baby. But every once in a while, something feels familiar. It's nice.
I can't believe you're here.
Me either. I can't believe we both made it to Athens. It's so much different from Kefalonia.
But what are you doing here?
I'm here to get you ready. I have to make sure you leave all your weapons and change into these clothes.
So you somehow work here? For Pericles?
No, for Aspasia.
I don't understand why I have to change.
It's just what you do here. I felt weird at first, but you forget about it pretty fast.
And my weapons?
Don't worry, I'll take care of them. You don't want to scare people in there.
No, spíš si myslím, že si na to hodně rychle vzpomeneme, když nás napadnou nějací zbojníci a my nebudeme mít nic, no prostě no, chápete, abychom se ubránili, tak jako tak. Jdeme se ještě zeptat na tohle.
Well, I did get into a little bit of trouble after I got to Athens. I may have been a leader of a small group of orphans that tried to cheat Aspasia. We didn't know it was her, though.
And you convinced her to hire you?
No, she asked me on her own.
That was lucky. I think I'm ready to go in.
You can't. Not like that, anyway. The Athenians like it best when you try to fit in. But don't worry, I have just the outfit for you.
I'll get changed. Promise you'll take care of my things?
Yep. Leave your weapons in the corner, and I'll come back when you're done.
I feel uncomfortable in this.
Now you look like everyone else.
You say that like it's a good thing.
It is. If you want them to take you seriously, this is the easiest way. Trust me.
Is that everything?
You're all ready to go in. Don't worry. You've done scarier things than this.
I'm struggling to think of any right now. Are you sure I can't keep just one weapon with me?
No weapons. Now hurry and go in. Oh, and don't leave without saying bye.
No dobře.
Here, Cassandra. The mighty mercenary and traveler has finally made her grand entrance. Only slightly late, too.
Herodotos! Athenians have no problem letting me know when I'm not welcome. It's a relief to see your friendly face.
Don't let the company here tonight intimidate you.
I won't.
Pericles is no king. He needs these guests to love him so that the people love him. And they, in turn, need Pericles. You're no different from any of them.
Do you really think these people will help me?
They will if you get them to trust you. And you've wisely dressed for the occasion. Appearing trustworthy is the most important part of being trusted, after all. Now then, come, let me introduce you to everyone. They may not look it, but this group holds the way to the future on the tip of their opinionated tongues. Ah, Sophocles and Euripides, for example. Two of the most celebrated playwrights to date. No one can throw stones as far as they can. They appear to be locked in some kind of intellectual struggle, as is their way.
He's a writer of comedies, of all things. Comedies, Euripides.
I've heard of Sophocles. In my line of work, it pays to know who the richest and most famous men are.
Hermippos has also written his fair share of comedies.
You should drink more.
Lately, his attitudes have garnered him more notice than his works. However, the fellow beside him, Protagoras, is a sophist worthy of as much praise as the great Socrates himself.
Inviting Socrates seems like a good way to ruin everyone's night. I'm surprised they would let him in the door.
Oh, don't let Socrates get under your skin. At least he wore shoes for the occasion. And the poor thing gesticulating like an ape is Thrasymachos. If you listen closely, you'll notice he and Socrates are actually arguing the same points. But the wind from his wild gestures deafens him to critique.
That isn't at all what I mean.
Where is Pericles?
Oh, he never attends his own parties. Which reminds me, there's something I need to get his help with.
Vile Socrates, always appearing where I least expect him. Warrior, protect me from his amorous gaze. Oh, Alcibiades, this is not a time for jealousy, but for love.
Let's not use Alcibiades as an example. Be good and don't drink too much. So, tell me, what does a Mystios like you think of a party like this?
This party could be fun. Alcibiades drinks like a Spartan. Maybe he fights like one too.
If I could suggest anything, please don't start a fight or end one.
Thank you, Herodotus.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Pericles is here somewhere and I need to prepare him. If he's alone, I'll tell him what your brother said.
Dobře.
You're leaving me alone with these people?
You'll do fine without me, I promise. Just relax, talk to the others, and focus on finding your mother.
No, tak fajn, jdeme se poptat.
Yes, you come and talk to this infuriating air blubber. I've had my fill.
Perhaps later. First, explain to me your point again.
Tak, tadyhle asi nic. Koho se tady ještě můžeme poptat, ha? Vypadá to, že budeme muset jít asi tadyhle. Počkat.
A new face in Pericles' abode! Ha! That in itself is a remarkable thing. You must have seen me doing my impression of Cleon. I call it the orange ape. Tell me, what does it think?
I am called many things. It isn't one of them.
What do you call yourself then? Creature of many names?
Cassandra.
I wouldn't peg you as a Cassandra, but never mind. I'm Aristophanes, and this man is Euripides. Oh, go on. Introduce yourself.
I'm Euripides.
For a playwright, you're not much for words.
Good men lead quiet lives, as old Euripides likes to say. Don't you, Euripides? Now, if you'll excuse us, I was just about to dazzle this old dog with my impression of Pericles. I call it the wooden board.
The man is your host.
Under every stone hides a politician, I always say. And Pericles is no different.
No, tak fajn, jinak tohle to bude hodně příběhová část.
I suppose you've come in here to mock me for my fight with Euripides.
Spare me. I'm only looking for clues to help me find a Spartan woman.
A Spartan woman in Athens. Sounds intriguing. Though, if you expect me to notice someone other than myself, you expect too much. You could talk to Euripides. He's the second most worldly man here. That pediculous Xanthodontus exophthalmic Morosov. But he doesn't talk without a drink.
I have no idea what that meant.
No, you don't.
So we get him drunk and he talks. He sounds more Argive than Athenian.
Impressive, foreigner. Euripides is from Argos.
All right. If nothing else, this party could use the help.
You'll need to pick the right wine for this task. The kitchen should have what you need. Let me know when Euripides is done in, and I'll slip away unseen.
I'll get the wine.
Wonderful. Now, if you want some friendly advice, Aristophanes cannot stand sweet wine. I've seen what it can do to him. Absolutely, horrifyingly delightful.
It wouldn't be a party without someone losing their stomach. I'll let you know if your plan worked.
Takže sladký víno, jo? Dobře.
Save for that arrogant playwright. I don't see many distinguished guests in here. Can I help you with something?
I'm here for your sweet wine.
Yes, take it. But get out of my kitchen. I'm very busy, you know.
Tak, sladký víno máme. Tohle to je co? Tohle to bude asi to suchý víno. No, tak jako tak. Doufám, že to máme teďka teda po ruce. Počkat. Jo, vypadá to, že to vzala. Fajn. Jasný, ukázat nedaleký úkol. Ještě tadyhle si můžeme promluvit.
Care to see my impression of Protagoras? I call it the flapping bladder.
I'm sure she wouldn't.
When I need to relax, I start a fight. For you, though.
Quickly, bring him some wine so that he might say something clever.
After my argument with Sophocles, I think I'd rather keep my head clear.
You and Aristophanes could both use a drink. Let's play a game.
A competition?
Ah, wonderful idea. Euripides seems quiet, but he never turns down a challenge.
Well, if you brought us some wine, I wouldn't be opposed to showing this young one how we Argives drink.
No vydá.
Let's conjure Dionysos, shall we?
This is pure swill.
Amateur. In my day, this would be considered nectar of the gods. Another round!
I'm only here because I'm searching for someone.
And yet it gave us the distinct impression it was here to fill our wine. Let's focus on that first, shall we?
Ready for more?
No sakra, ale musí to dávat ještě trošičku smysl, co nám řekne, takže musíme být hezky opatrní a nenalívat až příliš kruci.
I can hardly stomach this pig's piss.
I could outdrink both of you with one hand.
Tak, dáme si ještě, ale jen po tom, co nám ještě něco řekneš.
Pericles has invited all of you here for some reason.
Either we dine here and praise Pericles, or we dine with Cleon. But Cleon has all the charm of a typical politician. A horrible voice, bad breeding, and vulgar manners.
Why don't you just apologize to Sophocles?
It's he who should apologize to you.
Sophocles is a friend, and one good friend is worth an entire family. He just needs time to recover from his outburst.
You ready for another?
This wine is terrible.
You, I like you. Who brought you here?
I brought myself. I'm on the trail of a woman who fled Sparta a long time ago.
Fled? Why?
She lost 2 children. She had no choice.
She fled to heal a broken heart. Euripides, write her into a play.
I've heard Spartan mothers go to a sanctuary in Argolis to beg Asclepios for his divine pity. I should know, it's my home.
After what she went through, I'm not sure she'd trust priests.
Oh, then she sought my friend, Hippocrates. He's a physician, best of the best. He still keeps his office in Argos. If she went to him for help, there's no doubt he'd have given it.
I love getting drunk and singing. Come back if you want to sing with me.
I'll think about it. Hippocrates in
Ale tohleto info se nám bude hodit, sakra. Tak jo, až do dna, vyptej se na svou matku ještě. Počkej, že se ještě poptáme. Tak, tadyhle máme odejít, nebo co, sakra. Já fakt nevím, ale nevím, jestli tadyhle ještě není někdo, kdo by nám mohl říct nějaký info. Tadyhle asi ne.
Or God or civility in the context of what can be observed. So I can observe soldiers fighting, but does that bring me any closer to understanding war? I haven't seen you around before, citizen. Perhaps you'd like to spare me conversing with this man of nonsense?
Sure, we can talk. What about?
Before Protagoras changed the subject, we were talking about the next great leader of Athens. Cleon.
Dobře.
I'll change the subject again. I'm looking for someone. A Spartan woman.
Spartan? Hopefully she's dead in the gutters. It's better than those mongrels deserve. I wonder if you found the woman, even if you saw her with your own eyes, would you believe her existence to be true?
This is getting nowhere. Forget it.
If you don't want to discuss that, then what?
This has been useless. Here.
No, skvělý. Tak, počkat, že bychom si dali ještě tadyhle tu soutěž. Počkat, co je tady?
How's Euripides? Drunk, I hope.
You can stop hiding in here. Euripides won't notice you coming out. He won't notice anything.
Hiding? Heed this. War has come to Athens. First they take our homes, then they take our heads. I intend to be found with at least my dignity intact. Or what's left of it anyway. If you see Pericles, tell him I said thank you for another colorful evening.
Tak, úkol byl dokončený, nádhera.
Someone's being hurt. Open this door or I'll kick it in!
Don't mind her. She likes to watch. Look at you. Such authority. Such aggression. I can see why Pericles has taken such an interest in you. Did you come to join us?
It sounded like someone was in pain.
Well, it can sometimes be hard to distinguish between sounds of pleasure and pain. Had I known you were going to knock, I would have left my door wide open for you.
I only came to this symposium to find someone.
Sounds like we can help each other then, doesn't it? You fetch us a bit of oil, I help you find who you're looking for. Maybe they're in here.
She's not in there.
I think I'll check all the same.
After your display earlier, it's probably safer I get the oil.
Obedient, too. I knew I liked you. Don't take too long.
No dobře, krucek, že to pro něho budeme muset sehnat. Tak, akorát nevím teda, kde přesně. Kde přesně by to mělo být, ha? Počkat. Tadyhle tohle to musíme sledovat a my už to sakra máme. Dojdi pro olej. Takže já nevím, kde přesně ten olej je, kruci. Takže by byl někde tadyhle. Tak je olivový olej, skvělý, no tak aspoň tohle. Aspoň tohle šlo rychle.
Just can't stay away, can you? Did you bring the oil?
I come bearing gifts.
We're saved! Today, these women grieved for their sons, and these men worked the wall. But tonight, we forget all of that. Let's have some fun! What do you say? Care to join us?
Now, it's time for you to help me, Ali. I'm looking for someone.
All business right until the end. I like that.
Focus. I'm looking for a woman who fled Sparta a long, long time ago.
Fled Sparta? No one flees Sparta. But let's pretend she did. If she were stupid, she'd be dead. If she were smart, she'd do what Aspasia did. She'd earn her independence. The smartest and most resourceful women I've ever met have been in Corinthia.
Prostitutes? This is serious.
They don't like being called that, and for good reason. They offer so much more than their bodies.
Such as...
These women are companions, counselors, confidants. Powerful men come to the Etera asking for advice and value their words more than those of their closest friends and advisors.
Ali! Come back inside!
Ooh, the celebration continues. When you reach Corinth, find Anthusa. No one goes in or out of the city without her knowing. Until we meet again, warrior.
Anthusa in Corinth. It's not much, but it's a start.
No, přesně tak, alespoň něco. Tak, fajn, tím pádem jsme tadyhle asi skončili. A můžeme vypadnout pryč. Tak, dobře. Já se podívám jenom do těch úkolů. Tadyhle. Tak, ruce, on je zde.
If it isn't the one who agrees that knowledge is most important.
I think we agreed our use of that knowledge couldn't be more different.
You remember. Perhaps our conversation can continue.
You really intend to use this young destruction to avoid the point being argued?
You have been arguing a single point all night and no one has a black eye? You have my attention.
We're discussing the nature of rulers. Where better to do so than here? I'll ask you the same question I asked Thrasimachos. Would you agree that the act of ruling is an art?
It is an art, as all worthy undertakings are. That is not up for argument.
Yet, medicine is for the betterment of the patient, and not the physician. Carpentry improves the building, not the builder. Then, is the art of ruling not for the betterment of the ruled rather than the ruler?
Don't be absurd!
I've seen enough of the world to know that there are no just rulers. Even Pericles is self-serving.
Is a Spartan general who brings order to his troops, thereby saving his own life, self-serving? I'm not sure that's the case.
Ruling a city and fighting in battle are different things.
By practicing the art of war, doesn't the general guarantee some of his troops a ferry ride to Hades, when a swift retreat would save all their lives?
You just said a general isn't self-serving when he brings order to his troops. Then you said he is self-serving because retreating would save the lives of his men? What are you trying to say?
I never tried to say anything.
But you just said those things.
I said the words, but I didn't say anything at all. I only attempted to gain your view on the matter.
You're wasting your time. Aspasia.
I couldn't help but notice your talent for debate. Well done.
Socrates is an interesting character.
Ah, Phoebe. Pericles has retired to the balcony already, has he? His ability to sneak off and sulk is second to none.
I can go get him, and Cassandra can help. Everyone listens when she talks.
That'll be fine. Run along. Cassandra will be right behind you. Now, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Aspasia. I had to go to great lengths to cover up your work in Megaris.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, now. To convince someone in this house, even your eyes must tell a lie.
Fine, it was me. But my actions were personal, not political.
We do what we must to survive, and there's no shame in that. It's how you got here, how I got here. The clothes, they fit you well, I trust.
These may be the nicest clothes I've ever worn, but I feel a bit uncomfortable, to be honest.
You never really get used to them. It seems we have the attention of the entire room without a single eye being fixed on us. If you'd like to talk, do it now, and do it discreetly.
I'm searching for a woman who fled Sparta with her child years ago. I was hoping you might help.
What clues do you have to her whereabouts?
A physician named Hippocrates may have seen her in Argos.
He's a good man. If you find a woman named Agathi there, do let her know Aspasia sends her regards. What else?
Alcibiades gave me the name of a woman in Corinth.
I'm sure he did. My dear friend, Anthusa, is the only one I know who's enjoyed a life in Corinth through legitimate means. Mostly legitimate, anyway.
That's all I have.
There is another option. In a former life, when I needed something done or someone found, I contacted a friend. An admiral of a sort.
What's his name?
Her name is Xenia. When we last spoke, she was in chaos. A word of caution. When you go to her, be on your guard. Sea life makes a monster out of most people.
Thank you, Aspasia.
When you're done, return here. Together, we will find who you're looking for. Now do me a favor and get Pericles to come down here and greet his guests.
No dobře, tohle by tím pádem bylo, teďka se jenom potřebujeme dostat tamhle nahoru, ale chtěl bych jako tam jít nějakou slušnější cestou, sakra. Kde ono se tady normálně vypadne nahoru, ha? Tadyhle někde? Tak, ruce, tadyhle je to zamčený. No, každopádně já se s ním mám promluvit, já nevím, kde přesně vede ta cesta, sakra. No, tak jako tak, jak jste si mohli všimnout, tady v této epizodce toho úplně tolik z toho komentáře mýho není, protože jsou tadyhle většinou dialogy a je to vlastně část, kde se řeší čistě ten příběh, takže asi tak. A tím pádem je to teda vedený v takovýmhle duchu.
Cassandra!
I didn't send for you. No matter how you've dressed for my party, Phoebe shouldn't have let you in.
Aspasia told me to come find you. She wants you to come down to the party.
She says I don't interact with our guests enough. But these parties aren't for me. Technically, you're a guest. If you join Herodotus and me, that should be enough for her, don't you think?
You really don't want to go downstairs, do you?
When your days are spent speaking in front of crowds, you begin to crave these moments of silence.
Or as silent as I let it be, at least.
Phidias was awaiting trial, but you had me get him out of Athens. I figured you, of all people, would want to follow the law.
Phidias is a very dear friend. I didn't want to risk him being found guilty. And, of course, there were other threats.
So you knew?
I know he's delusional, but one day when you have a friend you'd do anything for, you'll understand.
Your life is in danger.
Yes, Herodotus was saying. This cult doesn't worry me. I have my life threatened by far worse people every day. My true concern is Athens. I fear for her future.
Spartans outside the walls, people crammed inside. I don't envy you.
Even so, there isn't another city I'd rather live in.
I can't say I know how that feels.
When you find your place, you'll know it.
Aspasia sent me to see what's taking you so long.
Tell Aspasia I'll be right there. I suppose this is where our conversation ends. Thank you again for helping me. I hope my guests are able to help you in your search.
Time will tell.
No, tak fajn, máme odsud vypadnout. Takže kde ono se to šlo? Tadyhle? Jo, chtělo by to potom ještě najít naše zbraně, samozřejmě, že jo. Kruci, kde ono tady byly ty schody, ha? Kde se tady šlo, kruci? Já se nejsem jistý, to zase bude něco tohleto najít, tadyhle. Tak, můžeme teda odsud vypadnout.
You look tired.
Only of conversation. I think that's the most talking I've ever done.
See? You didn't need the weapon after all. Are you leaving?
I've had enough Athenian hospitality to last me a lifetime.
You get used to it. It's nice. What are you going to do now?
There's a woman on the island of Chaos that I need to meet. I think I'll head there first.
I've heard there are pirates there.
I'll be sure to be careful.
Good. Before you go, I heard something from Aspasia about Kefalonia.
What is it?
She said there was some sort of plague. You don't think My friend, the blood fever.
Don't think like that. Whatever happened on Kefalonia isn't our fault. I'll go myself and find out if this plague even happened, okay?
Okay, thanks. I knew I could count on you.
Not going to beg to come along this time?
Nope. I'm happy here. And this isn't Kefalonia. That means you'll be back.
That's very true.
Plus, I really like working for Aspasia. She says she has a mission for me.
I'll see you soon, Phoebe.
Bye, Cassandra!
No, tak jo. Tohle to by bylo. Sakra, tahle ta epizoda byla vážně dost dlouhá. Delší, než jsem původně plánoval, tak jako tak. Pro tuhletu část už to bude tak všechno, takže jestli se vám tahleta epizodka líbila, budu rád, když dáte like, popřípadě zanecháte na mým kanále odběr a pro dnešní dlouhou upovídanou epizodu plnou dialogů a samozřejmě tadyhle příběhu Assassin's Creed Odyssey už to bude kompletně vše. Tak lidi, čaute.